Hey, what's going on, guys? How you all doing? Today, I'll talk to you a little bit about leadership and the characteristics that will make you an effective leader. Okay. The first characteristic that I would say is listening. You have to listen to people more than you talk. Each time when somebody is speaking, you try and listen to them. Listening more than talking will build confidence, and which makes people more likable to you. Okay, so you have to listen to people more than you talk. Okay. What do you do when somebody is talking to you? Do you interrupt them and talk to them, or do you wait until they finish? What do you do? You can leave me a comment in the section below. Anyway, the second characteristics to become an effective leader is your resourcefulness, which is how resourceful you are with the resources that you have around you. Resources could be anything, like something that is helping you, contributing you towards your progress, or make sure that you identify and make use of every resource that you have around you, even before you think of asking somebody to help you. Okay, asking for a help is not a bad thing, but you have to be resourceful first. You have to find your things. You have to try and figure out the shit for yourself, first, and then you go and ask others. Okay, so try and be resourceful first, learn things, try and figure out things. If they don't work out, then maybe you can go and ask somebody else, but you need to learn to be resourceful first. Okay, what do you do when you don't have clarity on something? Do you get upset, or do you go and ask somebody for clarity, or do you try and figure out your things? Okay, what do you do? Yeah. And the next thing that I would say, to become an effective leader, what you need is your perspective. Like what your perspective is with regards to your your daily life, your social life, your work. What your perspective is. It always has to be neutral, caring, compassionate, loving, and giving at all times. Your attitude has to be caring and compassionate and loving at all times, literally all times. When somebody disagrees with you, what do you do? Do you listen to them, and do you compassionately listen to them, courteously listen to them, and think from their perspective? Or if you don't disagree with somebody, do you don't feel like looking at their face again? What do you feel like doing? You need to have a perspective, but that has to be a neutral, balanced perspective. Okay. And the next one that I would say is emotional state, which is how you balance your mindset, how you balance your physical. Like what is your emotional state? Is how are you at any given Okay, let me start again. How are you at any given time of the day? How are you feeling? What are you thinking? What is your mental behavior? What is your emotional state? Let go of all the negativity. Okay, try and find out what is that will contribute towards your happiness, and what is that going to contribute towards what is going to suck energy out of you, what is going to make you happy, what is going to make you drains the energy out of you. And the simple thing to do is just ignore and remove and delete all the things that brings unhappiness to you. Okay, that includes people, that includes social media, that includes news. Figure out what adds to your joy and what drains your energy. Okay, and disconnect with everything that drains your energy. And then you can bring your emotional state as balanced as possible with that. Okay. And the next one is decisiveness and confidence. How confident are you with your decisions? Your yes has to be always yes, and your no has to be always no. Okay, the least you can say, you will come back to it. Okay, you can say, if you really don't want to answer at that time, you can say, give me some time, I will come back to you. Okay, but don't make the promises because just to prove, or just to show your ego, or just to make somebody else happy, just by letting you down. If you do that, you are saying no to yourself. Okay, knowing say to personal self is much more bigger than saying no to others. Okay, so your confidence, your decisiveness, your decisions has to be yours. Say yes, say no, take time, but it has to be yours. Okay, what do you do? Do you prefer to work on your own strengths, or do you prefer to contribute to the areas that you think that you will be able to contribute? Okay, let me start again. This one. If there is any particular smaller task, do you prefer to contribute to the task or the project with the skills that you have? Okay, or do you find a particular interest in only one aspect of the area, and you take the ownership of it, and you want to be a multitasking, doing things, doing the decision across all of it? Or do you want to take only one special task of that project and work only on that? You have to decide that for yourself. Okay, and the next one that I would say is your vision and your courage. The ship in the water, it does not know what its destination is unless it knows where it is heading to. Okay, so you need to know what your vision is, your goals are, your 3 months goal, your 6 months goal, your 1 year goal. What is your goal for 2019? What is your goal for 2020? You need to figure out this. If you don't know, you can't, there's no excuse for you to sit down, and there's no excuse for you to wait for somebody to come and tell you to figure out what your values are. Okay, you need to take time out, sit down, and figure out what your values are, what your visions are, and have courage to act upon it. Okay, that will be another one. And the next one is the communication. The message that you want to put across. Okay, the message that you want to put across, that could be anything. That could be saying just something to a person in the grocery store, so saying something to a person on the street. What is the message that you are trying to communicate? Are you communicating it properly for that other person to understand? Or our communication could be like, you have to get your message across to the people that who has put their trust in you. Okay, if you're a leader, if you are going to be a head of an organization, if you're going to be a leader, people are going, you are accountable to the people, right? So you have to make sure that everybody in the team gets that they have an active role to play. But the end picture, the whole overall picture is, you are as sole responsible as an effective leader to be responsible for the communication. Okay, to get the message across as a leader, you are responsible. And the next one that I would say is honesty and integrity. Honesty is must and should at all times. There is no compromise to it. Just remember the rules that we have, like principles and procedures and policies and rules, the ones that we have, they are meant for the comfort of the people. They are meant for me to live a comfortable life. The rules that I follow are meant to have comfortable life, so that I avoid accidents, I avoid errors, I avoid mistakes. So the more that we adhere to the rules, the more we can follow the quality, the more we can have the quality of the thing. Yeah, these are the few effective ways that will help you to become an effective leader. I hope I was able to make you understand a little bit of it. And what my little wish of the day is, what would it take for me and for you to become a good listener? Okay, let's listen to the people, and let's become good listeners from now. Okay, let's aim to become a good listener. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys very soon. Have a good night.